Now, here's the latest from Fox 11 Sports.
This was yesterday.
That's a Mike McCarthy question. Yeah, that's another Mike McCarthy question there. I bet Mike will be able to answer that tomorrow.
And now this was today.
As an organization, we don't feel this is the right time for him to play. Obviously, this is an organization decision. As an organization, we are not ready for him to play. As an organization, we are not ready for Aaron to play, and the organization is not ready for him to play.
Well, the message is loud and clear. Aaron Rodgers wants to play. The organization doesn't think it's smart just yet. The Packers say they made that call during their final medical meeting of the week today. Aaron Rodgers, though, he said yesterday he had a pretty good idea of what the final verdict would be. But when did his teammates figure it out? Rodgers, he's been on the practice field all week, but it's been Matt Flynn playing the role of starter, taking those reps. Players say there's been no big announcement to the team about who's going to start, but most of them kind of figured that this would end up being the outcome.
We get informed as much as you guys do, to be honest with you. But the only thing we get to see is what goes on in practice. And he wasn't taking any reps, kind of figured out, Wednesday that he wasn't going to be playing.
I was kind of expecting it probably to be met until I'm told different. I mean, that's the way we're going to go about it. I don't think you can sit here and think it's going to be Aaron. And, so my preparation's the same every week on what I need to do. But
I had no clue. I mean, I knew Matt had been taking all the reps.
Because we imagine that you guys all know and you're just keeping it a secret.
No, we're not trying to keep anything from you guys, I promise. We find out when you find out.
We told you yesterday about Johnny Jolly's significant neck and shoulder injury. Teammates sounded like he'd be out for a while. The Journal-Sentinel now reporting it's a season-ending injury for Jolly. Rookie Josh Boyd said yesterday he expects to start seeing more snaps. Packers also may get C.J. Wilson back this week. He's been out almost a month with an ankle injury.
We knew that coming into the season that we got, we kept extra D linemen, just for the rotation purposes. If someone go down, that we can have other guys step up. We got a great team, and I don't think it's going to be a drop-off.
Another long-term injury. Tight end Brandon Bostic's season is over. Mike McCarthy announcing today Bostic's foot injury is season-ending. Bostic himself wrote on his Twitter account he's going to need surgery. The second-year player, former college wide receiver, has 7 catches so far this season. And that touchdown you just saw. Well, as the Badgers are getting ready for the Capital One Bowl, they get a big boost to their chances next season. Redshirt sophomore running back Melvin Gordon saying today he'll return to Madison and will not leave early for the NFL draft. Gordon had a very exceptional season. Nearly 1,400 yards rushing, 12 touchdowns so far. Still got a bowl game. Averages over 8 yards per carry for his career, which is very good. Gordon did submit paperwork to the NFL asking for his draft grade, but is deciding to spend at least another season in college. And we told you about last night, the Wisconsin women's volleyball team took down top seed defending national champion Texas in the NCAA Final Four. They move on to Saturday night's championship game against Penn State. Badgers looking for their first ever volleyball national title. And of course, same conference in the Big Ten. Badgers played Penn State twice this year, lost 3-0 both times. So they'll be underdogs again.
Now, here's the latest from Fox 11 Sports.
Well, first high school game time, game of the week. Not short for drama at all in week 1. The #1 ranked team in our Fox 11 Top 11, Kimberly, but Menasha and the always rocking and intimidating Calder Stadium more than ready. Kimberly, well, they were ready to take on those Blue Jays, and it was a good one. Battle of the running quarterbacks. Look at Tyler Johnson scoop it up off the ground for Menasha. He's in from 4 yards out, and they're on top 7-3. But hold on, Scott Schreiber, he was a wide receiver last year. You can see those moves. He's in from 27 yards out for Kimberly. It's 10-7, orders restored, 17-14 Kimberly. Hold on, watch this. One of the plays of the night. Look at Tyler Johnson go. Breaks one tackle and racing down. Look at the quarterback beating the defensive backs. 80-yard touchdown, made it 21-17. But Kimberly, late in the first half and in the second half, J.P. Pierenboom, he had 2 rushing touchdowns and caught another. Kimberly would get the win, but a close one over Menasha, 45-30. Well, high school game time's coming your way in just a few minutes over on CW14. So you got to flip the station over there. We're going to be live from Menasha. We've got our fans of the week. Don't miss our top 5 plays. Those are so good. All access and more. High school game time, 10 o'clock on CW14. Well, the Packers players and coaches, they said it all week. It's a different year, different teams. No hard feelings for the Seahawks after what happened last year. Still, the Packers' 3rd preseason game featured more than the usual amount of extracurricular pushing and shoving. At last check in this one, Green Bay and Seattle knotted up at 10 apiece. Aaron Rodgers was only in there for one series, 4 of 7 for 41 yards. Vince Young looking pretty good. He's 6 of 7 passing, threw for a touchdown. Also the team's leading rusher at last check with 39 yards. Of course, we'll have more tomorrow morning on this game on Good Day Wisconsin. Finally tonight, Chris Davis, former Timber Rattler, had a home run early as the Brewers took on the Reds. Brendan Phillips had a home run in the middle of the game off Giovanni Gallardo. Yo went 6 innings, allowed 2 earned, but here comes Chris Davis. Like I said, former Timber Rattler, doubles up. You saw the little Sammy Sosa-like skip. I like that. You can tell it's a home run. 2 batters later, another former Timber Rattler. We like when I can work that in, as you can tell. Scooter Jeanette just scoots one over the wall in right. Brewers top the Reds in this one, 6-4. And again, high school game time coming up just a few minutes on CW14. Perfect night. I guess we can credit Patrick for that. I don't know. You gotta.
Sure.
No.
He's like, no, because then I got to take it when it's bad.
Because then when it snows, then I have to take the blame.
Gorgeous night regardless. A lot of fans making it out there.
Yeah.
All the highlights coming your way, CW14.
Now, here's the latest from Fox 11 Sports.
During yesterday's training camp practice, Mike McCarthy, he didn't like how things were going, so he said, I'm going to take an unusual step. Guys, stop. We're going to start it over. You know, we're going to do this whole thing over. We're going to do it over again. You know what, guys? I didn't like how I was doing things there, so let's start sports all over again. Wait. What do you mean? Oh, no. All right. Anyway, practice did resume. It's just a joke there, folks. The practice did resume. The team back in pads yesterday after a closed session in just helmets on Monday. Now, after Coach McCarthy got his team stopped and then started again, I guess it worked. He said yesterday he felt good about the work that was accomplished.
I thought that once practice got going, actually the tempo was outstanding. I mean, it definitely looked the way it needed to be. You know, definitely looked the way it needed to. We'll see what the video says, but I thought it ended up being a pretty good practice.
All right, now one of the big stars of last year's training camp was Devon House. It was a nightmare game against the Cardinals, though. Burned for that touchdown by Andre Roberts, beaten for a large completion as well, a 36-yarder. Now House, he's coming back still from a shoulder injury he dealt with all last year. Yesterday we heard from him, not looking to make any excuses.
All I can do is put it behind me. Last week wasn't really me at all. It might have been the worst game in my career, just overall high school, college. But I'm glad it's out the way.
I thought he's practiced very well. I thought Devon has really come on and practiced. But obviously we'd like to see him play better, and he will play better. But it's guys coming off injuries. It's different out there, and they made a couple plays on him.
Were you able to identify anything that you could correct, improve upon?
Focusing on stacking the receivers on the deep routes, and just keep my eyes on receiver so I can focus on the double moves like I got hit on against Arizona.
Well, Devon House appeared in 9 games last season for the Packers, 26 total tackles, and broke up 5 passes. Today's Packers training camp scheduled to start at 11:15. Of course, you'll see highlights and hear from the team here on Fox 11 tonight.
We're going to turn it over to Justin. And Justin, historically, the Packers are not used to uncertainty at this position of quarterback.
Yeah, Michelle, you really don't realize it unless you think back, but this could be the first time in more than 2 decades the Packers could need a backup quarterback to make more than one start. Aaron Rodgers said today on his weekly radio show, as you heard, he has a fractured collarbone on his left side. That's his non-throwing side. What's not known, and according to Rodgers, he doesn't even know, is how long before number 12 will be back on the field.
It was considerably more pain than I've felt in a long time. We're holding out hope that this will be a quick heal, but it is a significant injury.
On his weekly radio show with ESPN Milwaukee, Aaron Rodgers insisted there is no timeline to get back on the field. Head coach Mike McCarthy says the same, but some reason for optimism with the new information the team got on Tuesday.
I'm relieved. Talked to Aaron after talking to the doctors. Felt better talking to Aaron than I did talking to our medical staff. With the new information that was given today, everybody felt better about it.
One area expert says it's difficult to predict just how long Rodgers will be out without knowing the severity of his fracture. On the bright side, the injury is on Rodgers' left side.
Especially the fact that it's his non-throwing arm, which hopefully let him get back a little bit quicker. But again, every fracture is a little bit different. Depends on how displaced it is.
So the Packers move forward with Seneca Wallace, the starting quarterback for now.
There's a path to get to where we want to go. There's always obstacles that show up that you didn't think were going to be there. It happened Monday night, and we will still, we'll stay on that path and do whatever we need to do to keep it on track.
There is, believe it or not, a positive memory to take from this game. Rodgers called this, the ovation he got as he returned to the field from the locker room, one of the top 5 moments of his career.
The reception I got from the fans was pretty special. So, yeah.
Could hear the emotion in his voice. Here's the next 4 games coming up for the Packers, potentially going into these without Aaron Rodgers. It's 3 teams with struggles of their own: the Eagles, the Giants, the Vikings, and then that Thanksgiving game against the team currently leading the NFC North, the Detroit Lions. Well, Packers fans we spoke to today say they're still optimistic despite maybe having to be without Aaron Rodgers on the field for a while. However, some green and gold fans had other concerns.